Hello, beautiful people. This is going to be the third video in this series for WordPress. If you guys missed the previous video, be sure to go watch them. I'll have them linked somewhere above. However, today we are now inside of WordPress. We've already went through installing, whether that be through hosting or local. We already have our WordPress dashboard already right here, and we're already inside. Now, the next thing we need to do now that we're in here is set up some basic settings. Now, obviously, depending on which route you took to actually install WordPress, you probably would have already done a few of these things, but it's always good to go right over here to the settings tab on the left side panel. Click on general, and once it's open, it's super important to make some edits inside of here. So the first thing we have is the site title. Now this is going to be super important depending on, of course, what your website is actually about. So never keep this as something as simple as this WordPress starters. Obviously that doesn't make any sense. If I was actually creating this website and maybe it was just going to be like a hub for, people who want to learn more about WordPress, I would probably title it something like I would probably put something like WordPress for beginners, or maybe if you sell any type of product, of course you already have a brand name, then you can just simply put your brand name right here and it's totally fine. Now, be mindful of what you choose right here because it will show up when you're sharing your actual website. And guys, be mindful that whatever you put right here is also going to show up in this top bar of the WordPress dashboard as well. So whatever you put here in the site title will also show right here. The next one is your tagline, and they even give you a simple description right here so you can understand what this field is for. And it just says in a few words, explain what this site is about. Example, just another WordPress website. So in my case, putting this would be perfectly fine because this is just a test site. So this is literally just another website, WordPress website, right? However, again, if you're selling any products, and let's say you put your brand name for this one right here, put your cool little tagline, whatever suits you. If you don't already have one, come up with one and put that. Again, this stuff will show up when you're actually sharing your WordPress website's link. So these two are pretty important to kind of put some type of thought behind it. But however, that's the general gist of these two fields here. And then you have your site icon. Now, I believe I did a video. I'm going to go through my videos and make sure I link any relevant videos to this. However, I did have a video where I talk a little bit about favicons, and this one is going to be super important because if you just pay attention to my left side bar that's way over here on this right here, you would notice that the WordPress one actually just looks like the WordPress logo. However, you don't want your WordPress website to have this WordPress default logo. You want it to be branded to your own. It's going to be super important that you change that, and this is where you will go. So right here underneath this site icon, be sure to put your site's icon, your custom logo icon for your website that you want to use simply for the site icon. And just be mindful that it does say right here to make it 512 by 512 in pixels. So it doesn't have to be that big, guys. It literally needs to be very tiny. It's only going to be used literally in the tabs of the browser. And then, of course, the website's address, you don't have to worry about that. That's going to be by default. However, if you do have some trouble with the, secure part of your website's address URL, then you might need to make sure on your backend with the hosting that you do have your SSLs already active and everything. And just make sure you just come in here and you actually add the S right there because that is SSL portion of your WordPress or your website's URL. So be sure you guys do that. And if you go down, you have your administrative address. Now, again, if you did set up yourself through hosting provider, then of course you would have your default email address right here. Just be sure that you use an email address that you actually want to get notified for any updates or anything that goes on with this particular WordPress setup. This is going to be good if you want your website to be set up like maybe it's a blogging website and you want anybody to be able to register on your website to stay up to date, to get a backend or whatever. And then you can go ahead and toggle this on. By default, it's not already toggled on because in most cases, people do not want anybody to just register to their website. However, this is here, so be sure that later on in the videos that we create for this 30-day series, if you ever think that maybe you might need this, then here underneath the general settings is where you need to go to toggle it on. Then you have the new user default user role. Now, this is again going to be important if you have the register option right here checked, and also if people are going to be signing up on your website doing other things like maybe purchasing products or booking an appointment, they are automatically going to be created as a user. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to put this on the screen for you so you can read it out. Every person who visits your website and either makes a purchase or books an appointment of anything of that sort where they have to put in information details, they will be created as a user, right? So right here, this is now asking you, what default role do you want people to have? Now you have subscriber, contributor, contributor. I am not saying it right. Contributor. See, that's the tongue. But you guys get what I mean. Author, editor, and administrator. Now, these are going to be default roles that WordPress automatically comes with. And if you guys do want to add other roles and everything like that, I'll have a video talking about that. However, if you do that, then those roles, those custom roles that you add will also be right here as well. But in a gist, this is where you can set the default role. Maybe you want everybody who purchases a product from your website to automatically have the customer role, then they will be here. And then of course your site language. So if you are not in the US, then you definitely need to make sure you come over here and you switch up your site's language and the time zone and even the date and time format. These are going to be very, very important because again, everybody's not in the US. In the US, for me, everything is pretty much set up perfectly for me. Everything is set up to where people in the US could actually read through my website and everything is, in the correct format. However, if you're not in the US, then you can definitely come over here and you have some things that you can change, time zone, and the formatting of the date and the time, right? And that's pretty much it for these general settings right here. Just go ahead and be sure that you do save the changes when you make any changes over here. And that's pretty much it. Now, be sure you guys are ready for the next video. So subscribe to the channel, make sure your bell notifications on, because in the next video, we'll actually be talking about the reading in the permalinks settings inside of this settings tab right here, which are also going to be very important. Now that wraps up this video.